What's up, YouTube family and Browns fans everywhere? This is Cleveland Football, and I'm your host, Terrence Hudson. All right, let's talk about yesterday. It was a rough one. It was a rough one to watch. I mean, we started out strong, looked really good. Touchdown on the first play from scrimmage, coming off the turnover. Pretty much a gimme, but a heck of a catch by Amari Cooper, and things looked really good. But as the game went on, it looked more of the same. We saw injuries. We saw injuries to Teller. We saw injuries to Wills. We saw injuries to Hudson the third, no relation. All on the front line, which made a difference. But I think our problems go beyond that. But let's talk about the defense first. Giving up 340 yards, 21 points, not bad. They played well enough to win. They were getting stops when we needed them. They held them guys to 4 for 14 on third down. Turned them over twice, and got 2 sacks out of it. Daniel Jones looked pretty good at times. He looked good at times, and for a while there, I mean, his completion percentage, he was getting the ball to Neighbors. He had a game, especially the first half, and then in the second half, we made adjustments and slowed him down. And once we did that, that kind of slowed their whole offense down. So we just could not get it going on offense again. And I think that's where the problem lies. And you might say, well, we had 3 offensive linemen out. This guy sacked 8 times running for his life. But there has to be some things that we could do to adjust to get a play when we need it. And it's a lot here. It's a lot here to look at. Man, 217 total yards, only 69 yards rushing. Care who you got in there. You got to be able to line up and push some guys around and work off of that. Oh, man. Cooper had his best game of the year, 2 TDs, 7 for 86. We still got to find ways to get Judy the ball. If it's a screen, if it's designing something for him. This guy's a playmaker. He's a baller. Like 4 for 27. Come on. He could have much more of an impact on the game and on these games. Because right now, if you look at us, we're terrible. Next to last in total offense. I mean, who are we above? We're above the Patriots, and we see what they have been offensively as of late. But our problems are more than just the offensive line, quarterback. Part of it is quarterback, and I think part of it is play calling. I'm going to talk about Stefanski, the head coach, but Stefanski, the offensive coordinator. Because what it boils down to, and I'm going to try to make this as brief as possible, what it boils down to is an arranged marriage that isn't working out, all right? It's not working out. It's an arranged marriage that's not working out. And I have nothing against arranged marriages. If you look at the percentage of arranged marriages in the United States, I mean, they're only 4% as far as divorce rate for arranged marriage in the United States. Where you're looking at 40 to 50% of all other marriages. So I ain't got nothing against arranged marriage, but arranged marriage in the National Football League, okay, where you pair a quarterback with a coordinator that likely had no decision in bringing this guy in. That's an arranged marriage, and at this point, it's not working out. Watson does not look comfortable in this scheme. I look back at his 2020 performance, 70% passing, 4,800 yards, 33 TDs, only 7 interceptions, and all of a sudden this guy can't play 4 years later. He looked the way he looked. Like, is this possible? Yes, there are other factors in play. Everything that has transpired with him off the field with the allegations and those things. And it's like he just haven't been able to return to that form. And I don't know if we'll ever see that again, at least here in Cleveland. I mean, the guy rushed for another 400 yards that year. But all of a sudden, hasn't had a 300-yard game. I wish I knew what went into the installation of the offense. How much does Watson have in the input as to what he likes, what he's comfortable with, what he knows, what he does well, what he can go out and do without thinking. All right, because there's some people that say, well, when Flacco was in there, that is true. Flacco was lighting it up, but that's Flacco. All right, what does Watson do well? What does he know well? And try to implement that in. I mean, because this is terrible. He just don't. Who is it? Who is it? I can't blame one with put. Like, I think it's both, in a sense, because if you look at the big name quarterbacks when they go places, who's running that offense? Who's running the offense? Brady go to Tampa Bay, who's running it? Okay, yeah, Bruce Arians, but I imagine Brady had a heavy-handed imprint on that offense or input. Rodgers go to New York, who's running it? Manny go to Denver, who's running it? Like, and this thing, like, we gotta have some nuance. We gotta be able to mix it up to do what needs to be done to get playmakers the ball. I mean, yeah, everybody know. Fourth down come. You bring in Jameis Winston, what we gonna do? And he hold the play call and sheet up to his mouth like he hiding his mouth like, no, we know what you gonna do. You trying to hide your mouth. He come in. Other plays too. He had been hiding his mouth. Like we don't know what's going on. There you go. Man, we know what you about to do. It's like that dude in class. Well, he trying to take a test and he think he whispering. What's number 4? Hey, what's number 4? Like, dude, the teacher hear you. You got a loud whisper. Like, come on, man. We know what you about to do, but again, it's an arranged marriage. This is not working out. It's not working out. So, I mean, I think with our division, we got time to get it together. But these are games that you'll look back on in December and January and be like, man, against who? Against who? To my surprise, we are favored against the Raiders. I don't know. We're 1.5 favored against the Raiders, even though they've beaten us the last 4 times. But you got to come back out and get the job done. Get the job done. We still have time. All of our goals and everything we want is still in front of us. Hopefully we can get healthy up front and find ways to make plays on the offensive side of the ball. But this is what I have for you today. Look forward to seeing you next week. All right. If you like, hit the like button. Be sure to share. Be sure to comment. And be sure to subscribe.